Hey there, Aquarius. So we're working our way around the bottom, all the way around the scenario. We started with Capricorn. This is your reading for today onward. Today is Friday, the 19th of July. Of course, we're moving into 3 days prior, 2 weeks following that, excuse me, just had a salad for lunch, that full moon in Capricorn. This is a dual full moon. Now remember, for you guys, this is 12th house stuff. Again, depending upon your chart, but Uranus is activated by this because Saturn, is in the constellation of Pisces, asleep. It's kind of going over a little bit forward, a little bit back, and you've got this Pluto stuff, Pluto moving out of Aquarius over the course of the next 6 to 7 weeks. So Rider-Waite deck is what I'm using, and we're going to go forth. Interesting. Couple things coming up in here. You might have a little bit of something going on in regards to your career. Well, I know someone who's an Aquarius who'll have that. That's the last card, by the way. First thing in here is to do with this. I don't call this crying over spilt milk. Some people look at it that way. They look at the 5 of Cups. Anything 5 to me is like Libra. It's this assessment between the middle and the end. So the 10 is the end, the ace is the beginning. So I don't see these as negative. And I've heard some people go on about the negativity. Now, I believe, in all honesty, this is sort of an assessment over, first of all, the friendships, the associations, what we've achieved. We can look at many things in life. We can say, I hate this, I'm not happy, but what have you also met up with along the way? Remember the whole thing about the road ahead and the people we meet and the players, and it's like, I always remember the I think it's Russian or Eastern European play, Waiting for Godot. And they get to the gates of heaven, and I'm not going to give the whole play away, but they get, and St. Peter says, well, for Christ's sakes, I sent everybody to help you. What the hell do you want? So I think the thing we have to pay attention to is that we meet people every day. You meet people waiting for the subway, you meet people walking out the door, you meet people in the grocery shop. If you're in this insular, headphones on, my little tiny imaginary world, then that's okay. You chose to do that. But if you're open and you're vivacious and you're paying attention, this could be part of the issue, is that you want to pay attention to the things ahead, because those 2 other cups that are left are the 2 of Cups, which is love. So if you use love as your objective, think acting, I think there could be some dynamic there. This King, which is, of course, an air element, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, King of Swords, what is this about? I think he's an austere individual. I don't think he's negative. I think he's austere. In the essence that truth, it can also mean a legal figure, meaning you're dealing with somebody that's legal involved, etc., etc., etc. Then you have this element in here too, which is an offer, meaning that something's coming. Like, to me, again, you're kind of backing up a little from that 5. Maybe you're going to go over something. Now, also, I'm going to talk about the fact that we have a Mercury retrograde in Leo. Now, that's your house of relationship, Aquarius. The only reason I'm mentioning this, that's your house of relationship. So what is this going to mean? You've got Pluto moving away. You're kind of going back over, back over, back over. We're going all the way back again to February when it all began. It was last year, there was a tiny bit of it. Then this year it took place. It really started to move forth. It's moving back, going into your 12th house. Who returns? What's unfinished? What do you need to resolve? What do you need to look at again? And so forth. And your outcome is the Emperor. The Emperor, to me, when it shows up in a reading, it can mean something about our fathers at times. It can also mean the male principal who's in our life. If we're a guy, it has to do with how we're taking responsibility and going out into the world and pulling together. And this could be a little bit to do with what this offer is by way of friends, because you have the 3 of Cups and then the 4th. The 4th is this sort of in air. Is it thought or is it real? Is it somebody coming to you? And then you've got the Emperor. I would say, Aquarius, the big thing, and I've said this to quite a few Aquarians, including a close friend, I really believe the way forth to go out into the world is to take on something by yourself, meaning that you establish, you formulate, you look at your ancestral base, you look at what they've done, not all of them, but most of them, and if they've opened businesses, if they've ran businesses, if they've done that, and you've seen this since get-go, then guess what? You don't work well for other people. So I would say, in a nutshell, there's something pretty interesting, Aquarius, about what you choose to say, this is what I need to do. Now, remember, you've got all the way until December 1st to really make up your mind, because you've got that Pluto moving out of your way, and then it's going to move in your way for 20 years, 19 and a half, actually. But all I can tell you here is not a negative reading. Pay attention to who also aids, pay attention to circumstance and situation. Again, if something legal happens, maybe somebody makes mention to you and they happen to be this King of Swords. No idea. I could be representing, I have Venus and Mars in Aquarius, so who knows? But all I can tell you is good reading. I wish you the best. You heard it here first. I'm available for consultations personally. Let me know. All that information is listed on my channel. Cheers.